Electricity Minister Jacinto Ramogopa has announced that Eskom expects to recover around 30 billion rand annually as it cracks down on illegal electricity consumption. The power utility's key revision number rollover project targets users bypassing prepaid meters, with the 2.1 million customers still required to comply. For more on this now, we are joined by the spokesperson for Eskom, Daphne Mokwena. Daphne, very good morning to you. Thank you so much for making a time for us. Speak to us about this 30 billion rand and the impact that that has had on Eskom's operations.
So, EFSU would have heard the minister that he was assuming that for the 1.7 million customers that are not paying or that have not been buying electricity. So if you are assuming that they are consuming 1,200 rands, clearly Eskom is losing about 30 billion rands per annum. And that's a lot of money, Eldrin, because we need that revenue, to run our operations and to make sure that the country gets the electricity that they need at the right quality and that electricity is reliable. So that really makes a dent to us, because if customers are consuming electricity without paying for it, then the people that basically are suffering is the customers that are paying for electricity.
Yeah. Is there any system in place that Eskom is looking into that will be able to alert the power utility as soon as there is an attempt of somebody who's trying to illegally connect to the electricity grid, or even in some cases what we've found, buy electricity tokens from unregistered vendors? Yeah,
with the vendors, we believe that for us changing or updating our meters from KRN1 or the software from KRN1 to KRN2, those tokens will not work on our meters after the rollover to KRN2. So we are encouraged by that problem would be history. However, what we also doing is we have embarked on a project to install smart meters, which would help us to, pick up these illegal or illicit behaviors from customers, and for us to respond quickly and disconnect those that are bypassing our meters or illegally doing illegal activities, in their homes where they will receive electricity for free without paying for it.
Okay, so on the KRN2, how will this be different to what has already been in place with the KRN1? Does Eskom know how these illegal electricity vendors were able to bypass the system, even though you have serial numbers that are in place, so that you prevent it from happening, prevent it from happening next time?
Yeah. So remember, there's a security issue. I can't dwell too much into it. However, the security system that now is installed coming with the KRN2 will not enable the ghost vending, because we believe that they're still operating on the KRN1 token. So whatever serial numbers that are used on the KRN1 token. So what we believe is that once all of these meters are moved, since we have moved 99% of our meters to KRN2, those meters won't be able to accept any token from these ghost vendors. So I won't, as I said, dwell much into what it means in terms of how these meters are configured, because then it's a security issue, obviously.
Yeah, but how do you prevent it from happening again? And that's the point, that even before, with KRN1, the intention was also to block these, what you refer to as ghost vendors, but they were able to bypass the system. How would you prevent that from happening this time around again?
Yeah, remember what had happened years back? There was theft of these CDUs or credit dispenser units, which and we believe that Eskom employees were also involved in this syndicate. And now these CDUs or credit dispensing unit were cloned, and hence they were able to create these ghost tokens which could work on our meters. But as I said, that with the move or the rollover from KRN1 to KRN2, we believe that these tokens won't be able to work on our current KRN2 meters,
Yeah.
or on this current software.
Okay. And then in terms of municipalities having their own grace periods that they are giving their individual customers, what's the conversation that's taking place between Eskom as well as those municipalities?
Look, municipalities are managing their own customers, and we have our own customers, and we've got our own processes, and they've got their also own processes. So there's nothing much that we're saying we're discussing in terms of this project, because each and every they have their own licenses as distributors, and Eskom has its own licenses as a distributor. So there's nothing much that really that we need to discuss with the municipality in rolling out this project, because all that we needed to do is to ensure that our customers buy electricity, or every distributor makes sure that they inform their customers and educate their customers in terms of what this process requires, and we educate them and we ensure that they buy electricity and ensure that once they have bought electricity, they get their token. So it's nothing, there's no much that is needed for us basically to work with municipalities on this one.
Yeah. Okay, final question, Daphne. Eskom gets credit ratings boost, one of the lead stories in the Mercury following that statement that you issued yesterday as well. What does this moment mean that S&P Global Ratings upgrading the power utilities long-term, global scale, foreign and local currency ratings from stable to positive, and also considering that Eskom has been asking for money?
Yeah, basically this upgrade is just a clear indication of the progress that we're making, in stabilizing and strengthening our financials as Eskom. And we are encouraged by it, that, it will also from our investors, and we'll be able to, borrow from our investors because obviously of this particular rating.
Okay, thank you so much for your time. Daphne Mokwena is the spokesperson of Eskom.